Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chandler of the Geek Slays. Welcome back to the Scuffed As Pod, episode 17. This week is very different. It is just me, a guest for the first time in the history of the show. So, in 17 episodes, this is the first time I'm doing one alone. Don't know how I feel about that yet. We'll see how this goes. Today, I'm going to talk about why I started streaming, talk about how I started, how I've gotten to this point, which is a really weird thing to talk about because it's whatever. um, so first time I streamed, I can't remember the exact date, but it was sometime in the end of 2015. So when Call of Duty Black Ops 3 at first. My first stream ever was on Shadows of Evil, first zombies map on Black Ops 3. Um, zombies, Call of Duty Zombies is what got me into streaming altogether. I had been watching guys like NoahJ456, Mr. Raffle Waffles, Smith Plays, Mr. Dalek JD, zombies YouTubers specifically, um, who, I was watching them and I was like, you know, what they do looks really fun. I want to try to do that. First time, Spence with the host, I appreciate it. The first time I ever streamed, just me and one, it was just me. Just being bored. Thanks for the 100 sparks. Just being bored and deciding that, I was gonna try to stream this game that I really enjoyed playing. Um, First time I streamed, it was directly off my PlayStation 4, streaming to Twitch. No face cam. Mic I was using was just the shitty mic on my fucking Turtle Beach headset. Um, and did I say streaming straight to Twitch? Because that's not true. I streamed straight to YouTube the first 2 years that I streamed. And I was calling those YouTube videos not even just live streams. I'm trying to come up with titles, never making a thumbnail for a single one of them. Trying to just be like those other YouTubers, but try to add my own flair to the streams, to how I played zombies, and nothing really came of it. Those streams got no view. They were nothing. They were kind of bad. And then towards the middle of Black Ops 3, I started streaming on Twitch, still just streaming straight from my PlayStation. Still getting no views, just streaming anytime I was playing video games just for fun. Trying to make a solid meme out of it. Trying to think exactly when some of this stuff happened. I'm gonna try to do my best to look some of it up so I can kind of close on when stuff was happening. When I got a face cam, when I got different stuff, when I got a PC, which would have happened. So I would have got a PC about, I think, a week before Dreisendraha came out. First DLC for Zelda. Can't see all the. So it would have been right around Dreisendraha time. So first stream I did with a face cam didn't count. I streamed without a face cam for a while. Like by the time Zombies Chronicles came out, still streaming directly from my PlayStation, getting very minimal views, maybe one or two people. especially when I started doing more than just regular streams. Like the Zombies World Championship thing was happening. Um, so going for that, I was getting a couple more views. But for it, looks like probably the entire first year I streamed did it without a face cam because COD World War II came out, Fortnite came out. I was still just streaming without a face cam straight from my PS4. The first game I streamed that was Call of Duty, almost all I played for over a year, was Fortnite, and I streamed it the first time I could. As soon as I got a chance to play Fortnite, I owned Save the World, so first time I played, October 30th. That's the first stream that I have saved. I could have played it before. I streamed with very minimal stuff for a long first webcam stream. January 24th of 2018 when the first stream happened. 2015. At the end of 2015. So it was almost 2 years before I ever had a face cam. Janie with the host, I appreciate. You know, just trying something that I thought was fun. I had finally started getting viewers. I was streaming both on Twitch and on YouTube for less time on YouTube. I'd stream for probably 4 hours on Twitch. Jump onto YouTube and stream for another 2. Just trying to grow both things. Trying to have a good time with it. Just playing zombies and Fortnite, the 2 games that I really enjoyed at the time. Zombies is, maybe my favorite thing to play ever, and Fortnite time was just super dope. Like, I'm having fun with it. I'm playing with a bunch of my friends. We'll stream it and see where we can take this to, And it didn't get very far. I kept streaming Twitch for 2 years after that. So up until this year, I'd stream and didn't do anything with it. But my confidence in myself was super high, I guess. Or maybe it was lack of confidence. After would have been beginning of 2018 when I rebranded to the Geek Slays from what it used to be, which still never gonna reveal it. That channel's still live. If anybody ever finds it, then sure, that's hilarious. Did probably never will though, because but once I lost what I was saying. Good job, me. Oh, but yeah, I rebranded. So I moved. I rebranded while I'd moved. Started streaming on new channels. Started streaming on the new Twitch channel, and never grew at all. Like the YouTube channel I used to have when I first did the rebrand. When I look left, my mic doesn't pick up my voice. I don't buy it. But okay. I'll try not to look left so much. But so fuck, you made me lose what I was saying. God damn it. Terrible at my job. Talking about something. Oh. I think I had a total of 34 subscribers on YouTube, and after 2 years of streaming on Twitch, I had hit 35 followers. 2 years of streaming daily, somewhere between 4 and 8 hours a day, because I wasn't I was serious about it, but I wasn't super serious. Like, it was right when I did the rebrand when I had decided that this content creation thing, this entertain entertainment thing was what I wanted to do. And um so I tried to stream more and more on Twitch. I got to the point where I was streaming for at least 8 hours a day. Where I was streaming for, yeah, at least 8 hours a day. And seeing nothing, seeing no new viewers, seeing no new followers. I mean, not streaming on Twitch in the last couple of months, I have more followers than I would get in 3 months where I was streaming constantly. It just didn't go very well. Twitch, I just wasn't finding growth. I wasn't meeting people. I wasn't talking to people. And part of that's on me. Um, you know, not trying to network, not talking to other streamers, just trying to just put out content and hope people would see it. It doesn't work. You have to, you know, talk to other people, try to grow with other people, make friends out of, the you have to talk to other streamers, make friends. That thing which I refused to do when I was streaming on Twitch. Um and, my channel really really suffered for it. I like I said, no followers, no viewers. Well, I wasn't getting anything out of it. But I still went into every day streaming for 8 hours, just loving what I did and telling myself this is going to work. Actually, that's not what I told myself. It's what I still just tell myself this has to work. There have been 3 different things I've wanted to do in my life, and the first 2 have completely failed. I completely failed on them. One of them, which was playing sports, I didn't really fail. I fucked up my knee really bad, so I couldn't. So, the other one I did fail. I chose to drop out of school instead of continue to go to college and try to get a degree in theoretical physics, to be a theoretical physicist. That was my second dream, and I failed to do that because I started enjoying this content creation thing. At the time, getting no viewers, anytime I got a viewer who said anything or got a viewer who ended up following me, even if I never saw them again, those days were amazing to me. Making somebody happy, seeing somebody enjoy what I was doing was amazing, and I was like, if I can try to figure out a way to make a career out of this, that's what I'm going. And that's what I've tried to do. I'm saying a lot, and I'm sorry, but I'm trying to just think things through before I say them, so I don't sound like an absolute psychopath. But yeah, so I said to myself for years that this is going to work because I don't know what I will do if it doesn't. I don't know where I go if this doesn't work. This doesn't become a career. This doesn't become something I can actually viably do for the rest of my life. Now, I may not look it because I got that baby face and the chubby cheeks, but I am 20. And I am in a very lucky position where I can spend all day streaming and editing videos and working on content because not my parents, but the people I live with, my aunt and uncle, are just going to allow me to until basically the same time I would have graduated college. So, I get to spend all of my time working on this thing that I want to do. Whether that's going to be a great thing or a terrible thing is yet to be seen. Um, but I'm in a very lucky position because not everybody gets to do that. A lot of people have to deal with everything themselves. Get a job, get a house, deal with life and try to do streaming on the side. I don't have to think of this as a side project. This is the only project for me. Which I'm in a very lucky position that that's a thing. But yeah, streamed on Twitch forever. Never got anything out of it. Never made friends on Twitch. Never. I didn't connect with anybody. I didn't even try because I never wanted it to be viewed as I'm trying to use somebody else to grow myself. You know, when I talk to people, I just wanted them to, you know, if I talk to other streamers, I just wanted them to be my friend, somebody I could play games with, somebody I could make content with. But in my head, that always led back to, you know, if you do that, they're going to think you're just using them for growth, which isn't what I want to do. That's not how I want to be viewed. I wanted to just put in the work, grow organically, and then, you know, not have to deal with anybody thinking that. Not have to deal with anybody thinking I'm using them to bolster myself, because that's not what I want to do. You know? So finally I got convinced by somebody who's in chat right now, Hoon Gaming, Spencer, to try to stream on Mixer. Because he even saw, he's like, you know, you're streaming every day on Twitch and nothing's happening. Try Mixer. So I was like, okay, I'll give it 2 weeks and see what happens. In 2 weeks on Mixer, not only had I grown past the point where I was on Twitch, which is insane. I mean, in 2 weeks, you know, 40 followers doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, that was insane. That was equal to 3 years of work, you know, prior. Well, 2 years of work on this channel, 3 years total of work prior, that I beat in 2 weeks of trying something new. Thanks for the 100 sparks, I appreciate it. You know, I thought that was insane, so it's like, I'm going to keep doing this Mixer thing and see where it goes. That was only in February. That was 4 months ago. And I'd met some super awesome people. You know, I've actually connected with other streamers, something that I didn't do before. It's made me think, if I had tried this on Twitch, would that have been different? Probably. If I had tried connecting with other streamers, would I be in a different position? Probably. But I didn't, and when I switched to Mixer, I did. Maybe that's the only reason Mixer's, in my mind, the better place, is because I actually tried to connect with people. But I don't know. It's something about Mixer that feels so different than Twitch. Something about the communities where it's not a, you know, Mixer is not always super toxic. Mixer is not always, you know, super unfriendly towards people. It's not all about, you know, are you using me? Mixer, it feels more like this community is trying to grow everybody. We're trying to grow together as streamers and together as a platform to compete with Twitch. Because really, at this point, we can't compete with Twitch or YouTube or, you know, Mixer isn't at the top of the totem pole there. So it feels like the entire community is trying to lift everybody up to that point. And, you know, nobody looks at it when you reach out and it's like, you want to play a game, you want to do anything. Nobody looks at it as oh, you're just trying to grow yourself using my platform. It's just, you're just another streamer, you just want to play games, we're just doing this thing. We're all in this same sort of boat together. And that's kind of why Mixer has been so great for me. But there are some people who may see the same thing on Twitch. If they started on Mixer and didn't see the same growth, switched to Twitch, saw growth, they might think the same thing. You know, it's very weird how something as kind of insignificant when you're a small streamer as a platform change can be so huge in scale of what you're, of growth as a streamer. I've also always said, and will continue to say, that streaming isn't even my real goal. Like, I want to be a content creator. I love streaming, it's fun. But my goal has always been to grow on YouTube. I like making videos, you know. I like taking whatever 2 to 3 hours to record, 4 to 6 hours to edit, upload, see what people's reactions are to the content I create. But I've also noticed that a great way, especially now, grow your YouTube channel isn't to just post on YouTube. It's to grow everywhere else. Grow on Mixer or Twitch or wherever you want to stream at. Grow as a streamer, grow as a TikTok creator, grow on Twitter, Instagram, these places, and advertise your YouTube channel. So, you know, if you like my content as a stream, go check out my YouTube where it's just, you know, kind of the dumb shit that happens on stream and not everything else. You know, I think we're at a point now where you can't grow on YouTube and then spread that to everywhere else. I think you have to grow everywhere else and then spread that to YouTube. Because YouTube's algorithm is really hard to defeat. I mean, there's, what's the stat? 1 billion hours of content uploaded every minute? Which I don't really help with that because I'm uploading fucking hours of content every day. Just to try, you know? Podcast, got my normal YouTube channel. Used to have the sports show, which hopefully we'll bring back if sports ever starts again. You know, we started that like the same week as the NBA got canceled. It was really terrible timing for everything. You know, but this content creation thing is huge for me. You know, I feel good about making other people feel happy, laugh, feel any sort of thing because of something I did. You know, if I can help one person who's going through a rough time, I see that as a success. You know, for me, it's not all about numbers, even though sometimes numbers can get you down. You know, when you had a week where you got 100 followers in a week, and then the next 2 weeks you get 12. You know, it's really like, you know, what did I start doing wrong this week? You can really let yourself get beaten by numbers. You know, it's like, oh, or if we go back to YouTube, oh, this video got 100 views. The one I uploaded the next day got 2. Why? What did this video do that the other didn't? Or what did the other video do that this one didn't? What's the... You know, you really have to look into the analytics of every video and see... Why did this video fail? Why did this video succeed? How do I make everything different? So I guess that's really why I started streaming and how. I've seen a lot of people come into my chat, though, and just, I want to start streaming, what do I need? Basically, at this point, if you have a game console, you can press that button. That's all you need, is a game console, because on an Xbox, you can stream straight to Twitch or to Mixer. On a PlayStation, you can stream straight to Twitch or YouTube. On a PC, you can stream anywhere. You know, you just have to be willing to press that start streaming button. Put yourself out there. Which can be a really difficult thing to do. Even as somebody who streams a lot, pressing that go live button every day can be hard. You know, working yourself up to put on that mask, really, of, you know, I'm ready to stream, because some days you're just not feeling it. And for me, if I'm not feeling it, I just put on the mask of the days that I am feeling it and go live. You know, like an actor. You gotta be like an actor sometimes. But, I mean, you don't need $1,000 camera and a expensive PC and super expensive mic to start streaming. I mean, some great streamers I know have none of that. They just press the button, they're super genuine people, and they just make good content. Which is what it's about. Good content will always beat production quality. On a stream, on a YouTube video, on anything. Good content. If I make good content but have really shitty equipment, people won't care because the content is good. And they know it will improve as I improve as a creator. Whereas having terrible content, not being good at entertaining people, and not being good at video games, and trying to do that as a thing, but having really expensive equipment isn't going to do anything. People will be like, cool, it has great production quality. Because you can see that. You can see when somebody has a really nice camera, really good sound setup, really good everything. But if they're not entertaining in any way, nobody's going to watch. Just because your production quality is high doesn't mean. Like, content will always outweigh the production quality. You always have to make sure your content is great. Because production quality, I don't think really matters. Like, some of the biggest people on Twitch, just like Mr. Fresh Asian. He's a Twitch streamer, plays Fortnite. He couldn't stream at more than, I think, 480p until like last year. And he was one of the biggest names on Twitch. Still is. The content outweighed the production quality. As long as your content's good, people will watch. When people find you, they will, and the content's good, not only will they watch, they'll share with their friends, they'll share all over the world. Another thing that goes with all of that is gone, because I forgot already. As a streamer, your chat is more important than the game you're playing. In 98% of situations, make sure you're paying attention to chat. Like, if I come into your stream and am trying to talk to you and I'm the only person in chat, respond to me. Respond to you, respond to your chat as much as you can. Now, if you get to the point where you have 300 viewers and they're all chatting, it's going to be really hard. You still got to try, but it's going to be super hard to get every chat. But, when you're streaming to 2 viewers and there's only one person chatting, make sure you are responding to everything they say. The game is not that important. It's not. What's more important is engaging with your chat. Now, the 2% of the time where the game can be more important, if you are playing in a tournament and have told your chat you are playing in a tournament, if they realize and that this game is a little bit more important, that doesn't mean you just can't acknowledge chat at all. That just means you have to spend some time where you will just be playing the game and you won't be able to read chat. And there are also times in just regular games where you'll kind of space on chat. Like, I'm going to use Fortnite as an example because it's what I stream a ton. If you're in the final circle and it's a 1v1, it's really easy to not look over at chat. I do it, everybody does it. But, you gotta be good about fixing that when it's over, reading back through everything, responding to questions, responding to anything that was said. People will notice when you actually give a shit about your community, when you give a shit about your chat, when you care about the things that are happening around the stream. And again, don't only try to grow on Mixer or Twitch. Try to grow on Twitter. Try to get closer with other streamers. Try to connect. Because you'll never grow if you don't. I know that from experience. It is really hard if you are someone like me who is, when they, think about things, they're like, oh, well, what if this person thinks I'm trying to use them for growth? Most of the time, people don't think that. And if they do, they will tell you. And you guys can have a talk about that. It is kind of a difficult thing to, reach out to people and be like, hey, let's talk about this. And, it's really easy to, in your mind, be like, oh, they think I'm trying to, mooch off of them, take their followers, take their this, take their that. But most people aren't going to think that, unless you actually give them reason to. Like, you're demanding they shout you out and shit, but that's not going to do anything good either. That's just going to make people realize you're a piece of shit. Like, connecting with people is the most important part of being a streamer. Being a content creator is connecting with people and being relatable, or being so unrelatable that people want to see it. Like a Jeffree Star. He's not relatable. He has a closet just for his fucking purses and shit. But that's so far-fetched and so unrelatable that people enjoy it. He does. This is a really weird topic to move into, but I'm gonna. Be as a gaming content creator, you're never really gonna worry about it because you're not showing off normally your house and your car and rubbing it in people's faces, whatever you have. Normally, you don't do that. Normally, it's just you, green screen, and the game, and then your chat or whatever. It's just this little area and nothing else. But let's take like a vlogger as an example, who's showing off their house all the time in their car, and is showing off this $1 million mansion and this $100,000 car, and talking about like, oh, I'm so poor. Like Shane Dawson does this. He's not a vlogger, but Shane Dawson does the thing where, he has this super nice house, super expensive car. He's like, oh, but I shop at Target, and oh, I can't do this thing because I'm so poor. It's like, no, you're not. There's no way. Like, on the one documentary series he was doing with Jeffree Star, like, I did the math, and I've listened to other content creators talk about that. Not on the first episode, but on the second episode, when companies knew how many views they were getting, he got sponsored by somebody. And I listened to other creators say that if you were getting that amount of views, and the company knew that, and was going to sponsor that and pay for that, it would be somewhere between like $100,000 and $300,000 just for that sponsor spot. It's not taking in ads, that's not taking in merch sales, that's not taking in anything else. Like, stop with saying, even in that documentary series, oh, I'm so poor. Be genuine with your viewers. Like, if they know that you're loaded, you're trying to tell them you're poor, they're gonna see right through that. Just like if you're happy and you say you're sad, they're gonna see through that. If you're sad and you say you're happy, they're gonna see through that. People aren't dumb. Okay, some are, but we're not gonna talk about that. Or like Ninja, he's one gaming creator you can use. He's loaded. He knows he's loaded, and he doesn't shy away from that. He shows off his stuff, and people respect him more for that. They're still like, man, you're fucking loaded. Who gives a shit if you have problems? That's just how it is. Most people think if you have money, your problems go away. That's not how it works. But, be genuine with what you are. Don't be, a guy who's just doing a ton of things and making a ton of money and then saying, oh, I need donations to help with rent. Fuck, now I gotta talk about another topic to deal with money and streaming. Don't expect people to donate to you, or on Twitch and Mixer, how they can subscribe for $5 or whatever it is. Don't expect people to do that. Don't demand that people do that. I've always said it, and I'll continue to say it. Donations or Ember drops or bits on Twitch, none of that shit's ever expected. It's super appreciated. Like, I will thank every single person who does that. I will talk to them about anything. But don't expect people to do it, because that's not how this works. As a streamer, as a content creator, you're not doing this to get people to give you money. You're doing this to grow your brand so you can get sponsorships or, work with companies. And that's how you're going to get bigger. Don't expect to make huge money off of donations and subscriptions. Expect to try to make your money off working with companies in the future. For me, it's approaching 5 years of doing this. I haven't made anything, but I didn't expect to. Because I'm not at the point where I'm going to be getting work or doing work with companies and putting out ads and talking about things and showing off products. I'm not there yet, but at some point I will be. I saw this tweet earlier. Said, "What makes you chase your dreams?" I've seen tons of replies to that so far that are all really, really sweet, really genuine, really cool stuff. Yes, I ch there. There's knowing I can have a stable future. A certain person because they believe in me and it's special. How fun the process is. Um, seeing other people grow. Just all this different stuff. And my reply is fear of failure. I am afraid of what happens if I fail at doing this. If I don't get to where I want to be. I don't know if I like what my life turns out to be if I do fail. And that might be a dumb way to view things. That might be a dumb way to view life. But I refuse to fail. I refuse to be the guy who, tried something, failed, tried something, failed, and end up with nothing. I don't want to be that guy. I'm fine with being the guy who tried and failed, tried and succeeded. That's the only way this ends. For me, for a lot of people, the only way this ends is with success. Because you're just not going to live with failure. You're not going to be satisfied with mediocre or okay. You're going to push to be the best that you can be. And you have to be ready to push yourself. You have to be ready to be the only person in the room who believes in what you're doing. You have to be ready for everyone around you to tell you that that's never going to work. That's a dumb idea. That you're not going to make it. You have to be ready for everybody to say that. You have to be ready for, you to start up your stream and the only viewer you get all day come in and tell you you're fat, call you the N-word, call you dumb. You got to be ready for the assholes out there. Because you just have to push through it. Because then you'll meet somebody who is super genuine, super great, who will help you. Who will be there every time you stream, who will, talk to you about anything you need to talk about. One of the best things about streaming is the people you meet. The friendships that you can craft. The things that can happen to you that never would have happened in a million lifetimes. If you had never pressed that go live button. I know this one was super short, but really hard for me to just talk to myself about myself. So I think I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.